my name is Tawana Barney. I'm the Chief Corresponding Analyst for Carnival Cruise Line.
And I'm Joshua Maglasang, Chief Analyst and Correspondent for Royal Caribbean Cruise.
Today we'll either be discussing
Or debating.
Carnival versus Royal Caribbean. Welcome, Josh.
Thank you.
So, what makes Royal Caribbean better than Carnival Cruise Line?
Royal Caribbean? Well, for one, we treat you like a king or a queen. Who doesn't want to be treated like royalty?
Well, I went on a Royal Caribbean cruise last year and I felt less than a queen, Josh. Not even a princess on that line.
So how would you feel on a Carnival cruise?
Well, as you know, Josh, Carnival Cruise Line is a fun ship. They focus on making fun for everyone of all ages.
Very interesting. However, Royal Caribbean goes out of its way to make sure that you have a very distinguished and experiential opportunity on their ships. Actually, we have just released new dining halls within our Oasis, which is our largest ship, to improve the experience for all of our customers.
Oasis is also your most expensive ship, Josh, and that's one ship with this new dining hall.
Very true. However, we need to start somewhere. And what better than with our latest, most high-tech of all of our fleet?
Interesting. And when did that go live, Josh? Or is it still in talks? Because according to Fox News, it's still in talks.
Still in talks. It's to be released later this year.
Definite? All right. You have to take his word for it. Well, you can come to Carnival Cruise Line and board our new ship called the Dream. The cruise leaves New Orleans and it holds over 3,600 passengers.
And when did that come out?
Last week.
Interesting. And when is its first departure?
It departed on Monday.
Very interesting.
As in yesterday. Yeah. So anyway, we have spent a ton of money, $700 million to be exact, on upgrades. And this includes upgrades to fire safety, our rooms, and also our engineering.
Wow, that's a huge deficit right there. I'm kind of curious as to how much are your liabilities currently?
Well, Josh, that's a sore subject. Currently, we do have 85% in our ratio is 39%, Josh, which have sustained itself over the last few years. So I'm really excited about that.
So you seem to be able to pay your dues, and especially after having multiple incidents with the Carnival Splendor in 2010, the Costa Concordia in 2012, and let's not forget the Carnival Triumph in 2013, each stranding and or killing passengers in the last 3 years, that you would be spending so much money to finally be giving them the experience they think they should get.
Well, Josh, I'm deeply embarrassed by those incidents. However, at least we spent the money to rectify the situation and to guarantee that it will not happen again. And because of these upgrades, we have seen a 22% increase in book and sellings.
You might see an increase, but if you're barely making ends meet each year to pay your dues, I don't think you guys are going to make it in the long run.
Well,
Royal Caribbean, on the other hand, we've maintained our consistency in our sales, and we've continued to improve our debt ratio every year while being able to go into our local communities through sustainability issues throughout the Americas and improve not only ourselves and our ships, but our community as a whole.
well, Josh, how impressive that may be. We too at Carnival are doing the same thing. We had a 7% increase on our return on sales last year, and although we were plagued with those issues, we were able and now starting to see a return on our investment. Yes, we are deeply sorry and we deeply apologize to our passengers for the incidents that occurred. And speaking of incidents, Royal Caribbean isn't too far behind. What about that fire? Wasn't that just last year?
Unfortunately, it was. However, it was one incident over the last decade.
Didn't somebody go overboard and the ship refused to turn around and go look for the passenger? It was Royal.
So let's go ahead and recap. Unfortunately, yes, both industries have undergone some issues in recent years, but it has been true that throughout the industry, we have been making great strides to meet higher standards for our passengers.
Yeah.
But I'd like to reiterate how Royal Caribbean not only will treat you as royalty, although your experience may have differed, unfortunately, I apologize for that incident, but we have maintained a great status with our current ratio, maintaining at about 22%. Our debt ratio has improved from 58 to 56%, and our return on sales has also maintained itself over the last few years at approximately 5%. We are a surviving company throughout all of these incidences, and because we are surviving, we're able to again go back to the community, go back to our customers, and make them all feel loyalty.
Interesting. Well, in conclusion, we too at Carnival, although plagued by the same issues, have spent $700 million to revamp our cruise line, to reinvest into the company, and we have seen a 7% return on sales, which is an increase from the 4% that we saw last year. In addition to that, our current ratio has maintained at 39% for the last 3 years. Although our debt ratio is high at 85%, we have spent that money to reinvest into our company. So let's agree to disagree, and you can either cruise with me on Carnival, on the Carnival Dream, or with Josh